So today we will discuss about triggers. So trigger is a database object that automatically executes a function in response to an event such as insert, update, delete, or truncate. So that means here we will write one function. So in that function, we can write our own logic and we can call that function wherever we require. Like suppose we have four scenarios like insert, update, delete, truncate. Okay. So if you are doing insert operation, that means you are going to insert some records into table. Okay. And after inserting that records into that particular table, I want to insert same records into another table. For that, you can write logic in function and call that function into the respective trigger. Okay. And like that, update trigger. Update means whenever you are doing update operation on a particular table, so you have update means uh, you want to update new values in the place of old values. Okay. So old values will be erased. Okay. While doing updation, old values will be gone. That old values you can capture and move to separate table. So that means you can write the logic for that. Okay. So you can write that capturing the old values into the new table in a function and call that function before going to update or after update. Okay. So these are the types of triggers. And delete also, you can remove that specific data from a table. Okay. So before removing that data, you can capture that data into the table and then you can call that function in a trigger. Okay, like that truncate. Truncate means, so before going to, you can prevent the table truncation. Okay, so we will see with the example. So first of all, whatever the here for this insert, update, delete, truncate operations, before insert, after insert, before update, after update, before delete, after delete, before truncate, after truncate. Okay. So these are the categories for these operations. So you can write your own logic in a function and call that function wherever you want, like before insert, after insert, before update, after update, like that. Okay. So actually, these are the main triggers. So we call it as before, after, instead of, like timing. And event, insert, update, delete, truncate. These are the events. Row level. So for each and every row, the function will be called. That means your logic will be executed. Statement level. If you use statement level, so that will execute only once. Okay, not row level. For each and every row, that statement will not be executed. Okay, that logic will not be executed. Okay. So, and this is the syntax: create trigger, trigger name, before, after, event. Okay. Before, after, you can write before, after, or instead of. Event means this is the event. Insert, update, delete, truncate. You can write any one of them. Okay. And on table name. Table name means, so trigger will be performed based on the table name. Okay. So on a table, we can write the trigger. Okay. So whenever this CRUD related operations are performed, that particular trigger will be activated. Okay, trigger is specific to the table, and for each row statement or statement. Okay, and execute that function. And here trigger event. So while doing with the insert operation, okay, so we have new table. So we cannot have old table. So these are just like trigger tables. Okay, like we can some people will call it as magic tables, virtual tables, like that. Okay, whenever we are doing insert operation on a particular table, then that newly inserted values will be stored in new table. Okay, and for insert operation, old table will not be there. Just that's why here old is having no. For doing updation, so updation means existing values will be there, new values will be there. Okay, so existing values in a table, that values will be stored in old table, and new values that will be populated in new table. For doing the deletion, old table, that means existing values in a table, that will be stored in old table, and there is no new table for delete. Okay, for example, I want to delete a particular row. Okay, one record I want to delete from employee where employee number is 1. Okay, that employee number 1 related column names are stored in old table. Okay, and we can fetch that column names just like old dot column name. Okay, so this is about triggers and different types of triggers. Okay, and for our understanding purpose, I want to create some tables. So create table tr trigger underscore employee. You can give any name, employee number, integer, serial, and ename, varchar, salary, integer, department number. This is integer. Okay. And create table tr underscore dept. So tr is not mandatory to give. Okay, already employee emp dept tables are there, so that's why for differentiation purpose I am giving tr underscore. So tr underscore dept, department number integer, dname varchar, and count integer, and create table tr underscore emp underscore audit, and here I'm taking, so audit table means just like backup table of employee table. Action type varchar action date timestamp without time zone, default no. So I'm going to create this. So it is created. It is also created. Here it is showing error mark, I think, without, no, time zone. Oh, time zone, spelling mistake. Okay, table is created. Next, see, I'm considering this department table. This is master table. So insert into tr underscore dept. So dept number, dname, and these are the master table. Okay. Count means how many employees are there under the department. Okay. 10 IT, 20 sales, 30 accounts. Direct staff from tr underscore emp and audit dept. Take these columns, tables. So all are empty except department. Okay. So here, this is the employee table, employee name, number, name, salary, department, and the department table. This is the just like master table. So we have some data, department numbers along with department names. Audit table means just like replica of employee table. Okay. So now we will see these types of triggers one by one.